Marston's domain.
Sans. We got Sans in Smash Bros. Sort of. So I wanted to make this video because apparently at one point I said if Sans gets into Smash Bros, I'll delete Smash Bros from my Switch. Now, I'd like to start this off by saying, for one, I was kidding, and two, I have nothing against Sans. I played Undertale and I thought it was cool. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I thought it was cool. When I made my original statement, which I don't even remember making, but I know I have said that I did not think Sans would get into Smash Bros. Because I felt that if any indie character were to get in, it would have been Shovel Knight, and since Shovel Knight is an assist trophy, I was like, well, I think that kind of ruins Sans' chances of getting into Smash Bros. But when I was saying all this stuff about Sans, it had nothing to do with the character himself. I have nothing against Sans. So before people think that I was just saying this because it was this like Sans hatred thing, it was not. I thought Undertale was cool and Sans is a cool character. However, I'm not totally wrong about what I said. And this is where this video could get a bajillion dislikes, and that's fine because I stand by this. He's a Mii fighter costume. To me, that does not count as a playable fighter, because some people have been pointing out to me that, well, this outfit really changes the character this time as opposed to the other outfits, which is true, but it's still not fully Sans. It's no different to me than when Gino was a costume in Smash 4. I bought it and it felt cool at first, and then it was like, well, this isn't Gino. And that's how Sans is to me. I know Sans is more of a fleshed out character in terms of Mii fighter outfits because of the way that he looks as opposed to the other Mii fighter outfits, but to me it's not the same. And I would also like to say though, I'm very happy for people that wanted Sans in the game because I think this was the only route that they were willing to go. Because like I said, with an indie title, I really feel like it would have been Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight has done so well on Nintendo platforms that I really think that if they were to make a playable fighter, it would have been Shovel Knight. And they made him an assist trophy, which was a huge deal. That is a huge deal for an indie game to not only have Amiibo, but now they're in Smash Bros. That's huge. So I think with Sans as well, they were like, well, people love this character, so let's do what we can. Because when they add fighters, I think they're more or less going to stick with mainline AAA type games. It's just the way that it is. There's so many indie games, I just don't think that one of those characters is going to be a fighter in Smash Bros. And that's not saying anything against indie games. It's just the way that it is, in my opinion. Like when you look at other games with crossovers, usually they stay within the same realm, I guess you could call it. Like when Shovel Knight was in Yooka-Laylee. Yooka-Laylee as a character has been in a bunch of different games at this point, but they're all indie games. So I think they kind of stay within their own worlds. That's why it was so huge when Shovel Knight became an assist trophy. And that's why it's still huge that Sans is a Mii fighter outfit. So I by no means am saying anything negative about this. It's just the fact that to me, it doesn't necessarily count as a playable fighter. But at the end of the day, who cares? The only thing I could see is a really hardcore fan of Sans might be upset that they're not a fleshed out playable fighter. But from the response that I've seen, people seem very happy. And that's really good because I think everyone kind of understands that this was pretty much the only route that they were probably willing to go. So it's cool to see that they went that route. So that's all I really have to say about this. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all this. Are you happy about Sans? Do you wish that he was a more fleshed out fighter? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and want to support more content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.